Hello and welcome to my podcast, Voices for Change. I am your host, Susie Nambafu, and today we are going to tackle a difficult but vital topic: child abuse. As we all know, every child deserves safety, love, respect, but yet many suffer in silence. What are we going to do about this matter? As parents, leaders, guardians, counselors, this is a challenge to the community, to the society as a whole. Let me give you a small scenario I encountered some days back. There was a time I met this young girl. She was bruised, she looked malnourished, and her clothes were also tattered. So I had to make a follow-up and see what's going on with her life. Then I realized that she had lost her mother few years back. The father had to remarry another wife, and because of financial problems in the family, the father relocated to the city to look for greener pasture, leaving the girl under the care of her stepmom. This girl really suffered. She was subjected to doing manual chores not meant for children of her age. She was turned into a slave under a very tender age. She didn't get enough food, enough sleep, and even this made her to stop schooling because there was no one to pay for her school fees. It's not because the father did not care. He really cared, but the mother was mean because most of the time she was the one spending time with the girl. So, this is the challenge. There are many suffering outside there, like this girl. They don't have parents. They have been left under the care of cruel people who doesn't care about their well-being. Others also are going through a lot. They are suffering under the hands of their own parents because maybe of the financial problems, because maybe the family is going through a lot, maybe their parents are not getting along well. So, I'm calling upon everyone, leaders, parents, guardians, the society, the community at large. Let's look into this matter. We have the street kids just hovering in the city, in the streets. Some even they don't sleep, they don't have anywhere to sleep. We know them. Some have gone into using drugs, maybe to cope with the stress or the trauma they are going through. They don't have anyone to turn to. But we tend to forget that these are our leaders. These are the generation to come. Why are we destroying this generation? Let's be serious and look into this matter. These children really need us. Child abuse is not a single act. It is a painful reality that takes many forms. It can be physical harm, bruises, burns, or injuries that leave scars on the body. It can be emotional neglect, the cold silence, the absence of love, denial of a child's needs, food, care, and attention. It can be sexual exploitation, a betrayal of innocence that robs children of their safety and dignity. And sometimes it is the quiet cruelty of denying basic needs like food, shelter, education, or even the simple comfort of being protected. But child abuse is not just about visible wounds. It is also about broken trust, shattered confidence, and lost innocence. It is about children who grow up carrying invisible burdens, questioning their worth, and struggling to heal from the pain they never deserved. When we talk about child abuse, we are not only naming the harm, we are calling attention to the urgent need for protection, compassion, and justice. Every child deserves safety, love, and the chance to thrive. Understanding child abuse is the first step towards breaking the silence and building a world where children are cherished but not harmed. Child abuse does not happen in a vacuum. Often it grows on environments filled with stress, poverty, and lack of awareness. Parents or caregivers under extreme financial strain may feel overwhelmed, and without proper support, frustration can spill over into harmful behavior. In some homes, cycles of violence are passed down from one generation to the next because no one has shown a healthier way to cope. Sometimes, abuse stems from ignorance. Caregivers who do not understand the emotional needs of children, or communities that fail to recognize the warning signs. Alcohol and substance abuse can also cloud judgment, increasing the risk of neglect or violence. But let us be clear. No excuse ever justifies hurting a child. And I mean no excuse. Poverty, stress, or ignorance may explain the pressure, but they can never excuse the act. Every child deserves protection and love and dignity. This is why community must learn to recognize the early warning signs, changes in a child's behavior, unexplained injuries, withdrawal, or fearfulness. Acting early can save a child from years of suffering. When neighbors, teachers, and leaders are alert, they become the first line of defense against abuse. Understanding the causes of and risk factor is not about blaming, it is about prevention. By shining a light on these roots, we can break the cycle and create a safer home, a safer school, and a safer community for every child. Abuse leaves scars that goes far beyond surface. For many children, the pain shows up as fear, anxiety, and constant worry. They may struggle to concentrate in school, finding it hard to focus when their minds are weighed down by trauma. Their self-esteem often suffers, leaving them feeling unworthy, unloved, or powerless. These effects are not just temporary, they can last a lifetime if left unaddressed. A child who grows up in fear may carry that fear into adulthood, affecting relationship, work, or even their health. Emotional wounds can just be as deep as physical wounds, shaping how a child sees themselves and the world around them. But healing is possible with counseling, support, and compassion. Children can rebuild trust, regain confidence, rediscover hope. Every act of care, whether from parents, teacher, or community member, becomes a step towards breaking the cycle of pain and giving children the chance to thrive. Preventing child abuse is not the responsibility of one person. It is a shared duty. Teachers, parents, and neighbors can all become protectors when they choose to be vigilant and compassionate. A teacher who notices a child withdrawing, a neighbor who hears constant distress, or a parent who sees warning signs can make a difference between silence and safety. Reporting suspected abuse is one of the powerful steps we can take. It sends a clear message that children's lives matter and that harmful behavior will not be. Equally vital. A kind word, a listening ear, or a safe space can help a child begin to heal. Education also plays a central role. When communities promote child rights awareness, they empower families to understand that every child deserves dignity, love, and protection. Knowledge breaks cycles of ignorance and builds a culture of care. Prevention is about action, early consistent and united. When communities stand together, they create a shield around children, ensuring that they grow not in fear but in safety and hope. In conclusion, every voice matters. When we speak up, we break the silence that allows abuse to continue. When we educate others, we plant seeds of awareness that grows into protection. And when we choose compassion, we help create a world where every child feels safe, valued, and loved. Thank you for listening to my podcast, Voice for Change. I have been your host, Susie Nambafu. Until next time, stay aware, stay compassionate, and remember, children are not just our responsibility. They are our future president, our future leaders, our future generation. As President John F. Kennedy once said, children are the world's most valuable resources, and it is best for us to look after them, care for them, cater for their needs. Let's honor that truth by protecting them today so they can thrive tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.